Okay, well, we're going to talk about truck boxes, or I guess the truck's EDC, which I'm going to start with the box itself, which is, I know for a fact because I've got the same box in the back of my Kubota side-by-side, that this box, which has been heavily rained on, etc., 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 does not leak without being latched or anything. It is capable, and I do, when I carry in unfriendly places, make sure that I have a padlock so that I have the social defense tools properly carried. I try to never leave home without a shovel. This one is sharp. A shovel is a dirt knife, if you think of it that way. There is a grubbing tool. This one is okay. Also a way to get into somebody's car if you need to help to rescue them. And also, I suppose if one was forced to, one could consider it a pretty good weapon. So, but this is a decent rescue tool. And depending on where I'm going, there may very well be other things in there. Being a good German, I like a nice 3 to 5 pound sledge with me at all times. So we get into the box itself. There is my survival kit, kind of official survival kit as opposed to what's in here, the other things in here. We'll get into that later. There is a rain suit, a pretty high quality rain suit. That makes 2 in the truck because there's one in the left rear door pocket as well. Vacuum packed, and that one's a yellow froggy, whatever, frog talk one. A fairly decent toe strap, a veil, because I'm always forgetting one when I go hunting, a moderately sized Becker knife. This is the Becker Reinhardt Kukri, or Reinhardt Becker Kukri, excuse me. Sorry Hank. You definitely come first on that one. And that's certainly, the big Kukris are multi-purpose tools, folks. 710 sheath. Gloves. These are waterproof, more or less waterproof, and these are just plain old leather work gloves. And when we get to the next part of the EDC, truck EDC, you'll find at least one more pair of gloves. Not that I make sure I have enough gloves with me. This is a Snug Pack Jungle sleeping bag, which combined with your clothes and stuff is likely to keep you from freezing to death for longer than average. Wawa. When you buy water for a purpose like this, these water bottles are heavy duty. And I always try and find, they cost about twice as much, but for this purpose you don't care because you don't want them leaking. And they're reusable for longer if you have to. Knives, forks, and spoons. The indispensable pot. And in the indispensable pot we have a filtering arrangement And I made this up with a heat sealer. That's just a piece of plastic bag, and a coffee filter fits in there, and you can use it to filter water prior to purifying it. Water, it's really interesting because they found that if you have a lot of biological detritus in the water you're trying to purify, and this is a weird way to put it, but that they figure that the bacteria hide in there, and it takes a lot longer to get rid of them. Another bandana, very multi-purpose tool. We have salt, pepper, this stuff is pretty wretched, but it's very, very fatty. There's a lot of calories in here, and that's what you're looking for. We got a couple of tunas in olive oil, and a smoked ham, canned smoked ham. This is a very important item. This is a Sawyer filtration system. I can't remember how many thousands of gallons this thing is good for, but if you haven't been found by then, you're in trouble. This is a 5.25% bleach solution, and you'll notice that it's been vacuum packed, or not vacuum packed, but double packed, and every once in a while I'll take it out, open it up, replace the bleach, because it does go bad over time. Alcohol stove. And anybody who ever spent a lot of time when I was caving knows that Ethan always had a can of sliced peaches along. I prefer them in heavy syrup, but they're hard to find these days. And that's pretty much it. I've got a carry bag in here in case I gotta hoof it and put whatever I need to put in there. Another thing that's a good reason to have a decent box in here. This is designed to sit on, and getting your ass up off the cold, wet ground is an extremely important thing. When I hunt up in Canada, I always have a little piece of closed cell foam. It doesn't have to be very big, but just enough that when I put it on a rock, when I sit down, it gets my tail up off the rock, because that rock will suck body heat. So let's put this away, and I'll see you in a minute or two, and we'll get going on the rest.